Well, we always went to hunts because we could buy parts for our bicycles, bicycle chains and handle grips and wheels and tires, and you could buy BBs for your BB gun, and I think you'd buy BB guns there too.
When I was about 14 years old, I had a .22, and a box of .22 shells was 15 cents. And I'd go in and buy a box of shotgun shells. We could take it out to Wheatbrook's dump, and when it got dark, we had a Coleman lantern we'd light, and we'd shoot rats. And you'd go in, you know, if you could save up enough money to get 2 boxes of shell, boy, you really had it made.
And they always took care of you. You know, if you broke playing ball and you put the ball through someone's window and you had to go get it repaired, that's where you took it. They repaired the windows and the screens.
So this kid got in that apple fight. We broke Hunt's window out. Charlie Hunt lived where he did over here. So us kids went to see Charlie Hunt, and Charlie Hunt said, "Come and see me tomorrow. Pay for the window, you know." And I think it cost us 5 cents a piece. And I think that's about the first I remember.
You know, it's one of the things to throw us kids out there because we was always up there.
Well, I don't know what this town would have did if we'd have made it without Hunt's Hardware, because they could do everything. They could put your heat for you, put water for you. They had all the equipment you needed, and they were good. They were good people. And then where I lived, we didn't get electricity until 1936, 37, 1 to 2 years. But my father got into a big accident in 1934. My grandfather had a sawmill, and they would haul logs, not logs, but for the steel mills. And he got into an accident, so he couldn't work. And here my mother was a real tiny small person, and you know, she couldn't pump the water. So Pete Hunt and Charlie Hunt, that had Hunt's Hardware, come out and told my dad, said, "Red, you need indoor plumbing." And my father said, "Well, I can't afford it." "Can you afford $1 a week?" "Well, I could do that." So they put indoor plumbing, and we had a 250-gallon tank in the basement with a Briggs & Stratton 1-horse motor, and they'd kick-start it until it come up to pressure and shut off. And my uncle would come out once a week and start that pump up for us. Yeah, so, you know, that was a little different.
Everybody came to Bozak's, and I can remember I used to go bike riding with my girlfriend. We'd get our work done in the morning, and then we'd spend the whole afternoon riding thousands of miles on our bikes, and we'd stop in here, and we both would just have pennies to spend. And Mrs. Bozak, I loved root beer popsicles. She would get an ice cream cone. I'd get a root beer popsicle, but I only didn't have enough for a whole one. So she'd bust it in half, and I'd buy a half one day and then the other half the next day, and she'd let me do that.
What I loved most about Bozak's was they had their freezers right in front. They had 2 big windows up front, and then the doorway between the windows. That's before a car came crashing through the front of it. Everybody liked to come to Bozak's after school, and you'd get a pop and a bag of chips and sit in the booth and just talk and goof around. They had the best ice cream in the world. They made the best banana splits. Marguerite Harris worked here forever behind the counter, and she was just wonderful. But they didn't keep candy out where us kids could get it. The candy was always back behind the counter. You'd have to get your Reese's peanut butter cups from Marguerite. She didn't like being interrupted for us kids getting our candy all the time.
She still lived here up to the last 3 or 4 years of her life. She lived here. And she moved into an apartment that she didn't have the stairs to crawl up and down. That was a 21-room apartment upstairs. It was a huge, well, it's as big as this whole building. I cut it in half and made 2 apartments out of it. And she was happy with that. She didn't have that big building to take care of. She had her section of it. But yeah, we enjoyed this town growing up.